Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to take your setup from something like this to something like this, which is my R18 setup, which I'm going to recreate today. Okay, so a quick note, it's probably not a good idea to copy files from version to version, which is why I'm not copying from R18 to R19, since new features go missing from menus. For example, this new light would no longer be here if I just copied it over. Okay, anyways, to change your layout, go to Window, Customization, and Customize Palettes. You can just start dragging stuff from here to wherever and search for whatever you want. To remove something, you have to be in Edit Palette mode, or basically to move something and to change anything that's already there, you have to be in edit mode. And to remove it, just double click. You can add separators or space by dragging this stuff. A filled space is pretty useful when you want something to like go all the way across. Pretty obviously you can add stuff from plugins, so like that. Sometimes you might want to make a grouped menu like these. So it's called a folded palette. To make one, you have to make a new palette or edit an existing one. You can actually drag them out. Like, you can just drag items. Oops. Okay, so now why it doesn't look like the other one is because you have to change it to look like that. To add a line like one of these, you have to add a group separator between wherever you want it. So to make it look like one of those lists, you have to change orientation and show the text. You can also change the amount of rows. You can make this however you want. To turn it into one of those, right click and fold palette, and then you can just drag it over. Now it's one of those menus. If you want to add a new row, you can just take an empty palette or just a normal palette and drag it like that. Okay, now the window stuff. To change your tabs orientations, just right click them, tabs, and move them to whichever one you want. You can add more tabs or windows from the window menu here. Some of them aren't here. If you already use them, I'm pretty sure you can find where to open them. To put a window somewhere, you just take this grid thing and just drag it wherever you want it. To add it to one of these tab groups or make a new one, you just drag it over the other grid. You can rename them too, which is pretty useful. A quick tip, it doesn't let you rearrange the tabs, but you can put them in order by putting it, basically opening the one that you want it to be after. So if I want Espresso Editor to be after View, then put View and then Espresso Editor. Okay, now some of you guys obviously, like me, have a dual monitor setup and don't just want to stretch this window over. That does some weird stuff. If I stretch it over, since my monitors aren't aligned, it does some, basically cuts off some of the window. So instead of doing that, you can make a new window. So to do that, go to Window, Customization, and New Group Window. You can just put whatever you want on here. Just drag some random stuff that I won't use. So you can set this however you want and then just put it on your second window. If you do make a layout for two monitors, I recommend making a single monitor version. Now that you're done with your layout, you should probably save it. To do that, go to Window, Customizations, save layout as. This is the default position. It's good to save it here. If you want to add a layout from someone else, I might put mine in the description if I remember. You put it here. You can just copy and paste this to a normal window or just find it. So now if I restart Cinema 4D, you can see that it goes back to the default layout. It's just here. So if you want this to be the startup layout, go to Window, Customization, Save as Startup Layout. So now if you open Cinema 4D, it'll open it. That's pretty much it.